Welcome to the Real Estate Titans podcast, and this is a Rising Star edition. I'm here with my co-host, Katie Lewis, in the house, and we have with us today Ashley Ramos. A round of applause, Ashley Ramos. Everybody, a rising star. Ashley is over at Stumbaugh Real Estate Advisors. Isn't that what it is? It's Stumbaugh
Realty Advisors.
Realty Advisors. Yeah, Stumbaugh Realty Advisors in Vacaville, California. Yeah. We just had Ashley's grandma, Kathleen Ramos, on as a legend. She was great. I mean, your grandma was phenomenal. So much fun to talk to. And so now we have you here with us as a rising star, Ashley. Hi, how's it going?
Oh, good. I'm excited to be here.
Are you? Yeah.
Good.
You know. Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having me on.
Of course. Yeah. We want to pick your brain. We love to talk to rising stars, right, Katie?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We want to know how you got here and why you're staying.
Yeah. See what the heck is going on in there. So, okay. So you got licensed, you said, in early 2019, right?
Yeah.
So 4 years. You're in the business 4 years, basically.
I started as a receptionist here in 2018.
Okay.
I was still, believe it or not, I was still in high school in 2018, graduated and started working here full time as receptionist, and then went into, I was, taking all the classes, got my license, and then I also became the transaction coordinator here too.
No kidding.
For the company. Yeah.
So let me get this straight. It sounds like Katie's story a lot, to tell you the truth. But yeah, having family in the business and just, hey, kid, get over here, do this, right? Dragging your family members into the business. Did you want to get into the business with grandma, or did she ask, hey, I got a position for you, come do it?
It was probably a mixture of both. She might have sparked the idea, and then when I really started thinking about it, I was like, actually, I really like it. I mean, I remember I went to her house every Wednesday growing up. So she sometimes would be at the office. So I'd go into the office, meet all the realtors. I would go show a house with her, things like that. No kidding. So I grew up in it. And so I was constantly seeing the business. And then when I got, you're in that junior, senior of high school, and you're like, okay, what am I going to do? And then I was like, okay, actually, I really like that. And so went down the road to get my license.
So you went from high school grad to receptionist at Stumbaugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
At Stumbaugh.
Yep.
And then how long did it take you to get to be the TC?
I started doing TC, I think in late 2019, early 2020. Kelly was our transaction coordinator here. And so she was going into full-time real estate, which I'm super proud of her for all that. And so they needed a new transaction coordinator. I was in the office and I want to take that position. So
really,
that's how it started.
What would possess you to want to take that position? Why?
I actually really like it. I like the paperwork side of things. One, it taught me a lot about real estate. I mean, all the forms, I'm seeing every email that happens on a transaction in this office, and it taught me a lot. But I like the paperwork side of it. I like the organization. I'm OCD freak, so making sure that all the check boxes on the checklist, when they all turn green, that makes me happy. That kind of stuff. So I actually enjoy it, but I know a lot of people are like, that's crazy.
How long did you TC before you decided to make the move?
I'm still TC.
Oh, you still are? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got it. Katie, I got it.
I'm it's just me. I don't have kids, so working to midnight, I don't mind it.
So your agents can abuse you as much as they freely will.
Texting at midnight, going, "Did you get it out?"
Exactly. What's going on with this? What's going on with that? Yeah, I get it.
Doesn't bother me.
I got it. I was going to say, Katie, I said, I totally get though that Ashley going into TC work before moving to get the license, that would be a great educational process.
Yeah.
Right?
It teaches you a lot.
All the back end of things.
Everything.
What's kind of nice too is, I mean, every agent has a different style of doing things. They'll say things different ways. They do their business different ways. And so I really was able to learn how to communicate with other people and how I specifically wanted to. So I could pick each little spot from each agent and kind of make my own business how I wanted to, I feel like earlier in the game because I understood it sooner, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes total sense. I'm intrigued about the TC work. We haven't even gotten to the agent stuff. So I'm just curious, out of your time as a TC and you're still doing it, like, I mean, I kind of putting you on the spot. And if you can't think of something right off the top of your head, it's okay. No big deal. We'll move on. But like, what would you say some of the TCing for multiple agents must be pretty interesting to pick up some really good habits and maybe see some not so good habits. What would you say are like maybe one of the top 2 good habits that you've seen that you now deploy in your own real estate business that you kind of, you know what I mean? Like, did a couple stand out to you, like, this agent's got it going on and this is why, or,
I feel like for sure staying organized. For me, I'm like a 0 inbox sort of person. It freaks me out if I have lots of emails. I know some agents are completely fine with that, but for me, I feel like the TC side of it kept me organized. I have like checklists for buyers and sellers now, and I was kind of able to create that from TC to seeing what each person does, like even just a checklist of, put the sign up or things like that, little things to just remind you. I feel like that's kind of
how long's your checklist? How long's your checklist?
I don't know. There's no number. I don't want a number.
There's no number.
There's a full page.
She's got like 3 legal size pieces of paper for her checklist, but it's probably really well done. Anyway, look, hey, so far, just so everybody knows, I don't think I noted this, Ashley, just 4 years in the business. We're here sitting at the end of June. So this is June 27th when this has been recorded. So full 6 months into 2023, she's closed 6 deals already this year, which is ironically what you closed all year last year in 2022. So you're on track to double what you did last year, and 6 deals in 6 months. Katie,
that's very impressive.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Katie, you got any thoughts for Ash before I start diving in and just unraveling her brain?
No, not that I can think of at the moment, but I'm sure something will come to me.
Okay. So, all right, let me start, pulling at that ball of yarn. You call a brain in there and trying to figure this whole thing out. So 6 deals this year. Like, where did they come from, Ashley? Where did they come from?
Some of them were partnerships with my grandma. She was having knee surgery in the beginning of the year, and so we'll partner up on some deals. Another one was a referral to me. Other things are just kind of social media, people knowing, seeing my pages, even people from like high school who I don't fully talk to on a day-to-day basis, but you start posting on social media, they reach out to you. I would say mainly that sort of stuff. Social media is a big thing for sure.
How often do you find yourself posting on social media? Like, do you have I know you're organized, so do you have like every Monday or every, other week, or do you have a schedule that you post, and where do you post to besides Facebook?
Yeah, that is funny. That's maybe the one thing I'm not super organized about.
Really?
Yeah, I have tried it. I've tried to make like a Monday you post this sort of thing, Tuesday you post this sort of thing, and then I'll wake up and be like, I don't want to post that, and then I just don't end up posting. So it's like no matter what, I just am trying to post something. But I feel like that is probably one of the things that I need to work on the most is just staying consistent. Everybody's consistency is major. And sometimes, when you're busy and you're doing other things, the last thing you think about is posting on social media. So I try and get like a Friday and batch reels content and then schedule some posts out. That's what I try to do, but I always go in waves on social media, I won't lie. So I'll be really in it and then really out of it. So I need to work on that consistency. But as to where I post, I was originally really looking at TikTok. I was constantly posting on TikTok. One of my videos got 369,000 views.
Dang. Really?
And yeah, it was crazy. That's for sure. Multiple people reached out.
What was it about?
It literally was just a trending audio, and it said something like, you don't actually have to have 20% down and a perfect credit score to buy.
It was
And then
real
that
estate
was
related, and it got
Yeah.
over 300,000. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Anything come from
So
that?
there has been multiple people who have reached out from it.
Yeah.
I have 8,000 followers now on TikTok from that. So
You just never
that for
know, man,
sure.
huh?
It's just the
What
random,
was it about it that you think made people I
the
mean, the
trending
only way you get
audio.
that is through sharing,
Yeah, I
right,
was gonna
guys?
say,
I mean, you two know better than me. I don't know anything about TikTok except that I find it annoying when I look at it. So beyond that, I'm like grandma, right? She's in 30 years, I'm in 35. So TikTok is yuck. But I know it's real, it's legit, and people do it. But I mean, what do you think possessed them? This is that you don't need 20% down to buy a house. It's 300,000 views. You get 8,000 subscribers from it. Why? What did you do? What did you have?
I think
Sparks
it's
flying
just
out of your hair or something? What was it?
I think it was just the random, the trending audio for sure. The TikTok algorithm at that point was for sure posting or, making the trending audios boost. And so that was a trending audio and it just hit and
You
took
got to
off.
tell me what training audio is. I don't even know what you're talking about. Please help the rest of us.
Just one
You
of
two
the
are like, oh yeah,
audios.
training audio, sure. I'm like,
it's like a over, drop in, so that you can be doing something, but music is playing in front of that video. And
oh, is that what it
whatever's
is?
trending
Yeah.
that week is you can pick from, like, oh, this one's popular right now. And that's why when you scroll through TikTok, a lot of the videos have the same trending audio.
But you're saying audio.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the audio.
Audio is like, is that the music that's playing? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
It's not you talking. You can
Yeah.
you don't have
I
to put
didn't
less than.
talk. I
So you
didn't talk.
didn't
I
talk at
stood
all.
there and I just went da, 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 to whatever was on the screen. And then I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Because that was the audio. And then that was that. It was like 15 seconds. Didn't say a word.
It doesn't have to be music either. It can be someone else saying something. Like I can go, what the heck? And then she can take that clip of me going, what the heck? And then make her own video with it.
It is just fascinating to me.
Lesson number 2.
So you got 300,000 views on this and you got 8,000 subscribers. Okay, well, I mean, if that was me, right, I'd be like, I'm doing that like a lot.
Yeah.
Like I think I'll do that like a lot more. Did you do that? Did you go down that path?
I have for sure kept posting from it. I think what's tough sometimes about the social media is the algorithms change. So like sometimes they're really going to push certain things over other things. So a lot of the times there's, the content creators who will try and figure out what the algorithms are. Sometimes they push hashtags, sometimes they push the trending audio, sometimes they push different things. So it's kind of like you have to pay attention to it. So it ends up being a full-time job to do that.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll post it on Instagram too. And then that's the other part is like if say you make a video on TikTok and you download it, well, then it has the TikTok watermark. And if you post that on Instagram, then Instagram won't push it. So then you have to do like a remover.
What a hassle.
It's a whole thing.
The whole thing.
So I gotta tell you about this side story. So I know a gentleman, he's a loan guy and huge TikTok kid, right? Done, does a lot of them and has a lot of viewers and all this stuff. And now that you tell me what the trending audio, is that what we called it? Now you told me what that is. Now I understand what it is. And I know that that's what he was kind of doing too, kind of the music thing, pointing to words would pop up or whatever, and he was, basically always pushing that he's a, loan mortgage stuff. And he got to be really, really popular. But then he was starting to get engagement on it. And people were actually asking him, oh, your stuff is great. Where can I find a good loan officer? But he is the loan officer. You know what I mean? And they're like,
me.
So so he was like freaked out. Like, I'm not making the connection on these things that I'm the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the connection they're making is, oh, wow, all these great loan things can happen. And this guy seems to know how I can get that done, but didn't make the connection that he was the guy.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
That is.
Yeah. So something to keep your eye on.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Make sure you
That
put
is.
in one of those hand things. You go like this, like, I'm the agent.
Me.
It's
Yeah.
Yes.
me.
Call me. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a little
So
like link tree in my bio that will take you to my different, like if it's on TikTok, it will take you to my Instagram, or you can contact me, or you can go on my website,
yeah.
or I'm gonna put on there a link to a free home buyers guide. So things like that. So hopefully the connection's made.
What do you think the percentage responses to those? Do you get a good response? Like, do they turn into something from, say, TikTok or Instagram?
I think for sure on Instagram, because it's more people who you know. TikTok is more just
Like,
a very general. Yeah. So I think on Instagram more so, because people will start actually seeing you and reach out and say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. What are you up to? Or, that sort of stuff. On TikTok, not as much. From that, I think I got 3 different leads from it. All of them had some stuff to work on, but they're still supposedly working on it.
You
So,
know, hey, they got family,
you
friends, and
never know.
coworkers. Yeah, you never know.
Exactly.
Here's
Exactly.
my thinking too. So you're getting rolling here this year. You've got 6 closed. One of them you sent out to somebody as a referral, right? So you got a
Mhm.
referral fee from someone. And a few of those mom or grandma, was instrumental in helping with because she needed some help. You were there to step in and help her. But being this new agent, this rising star who's also doing TC work, so learned a lot from these other agents just by being engaged with their files. I think my question for you is we're halfway through 2023. We're going into the second half now. What are you gonna what are your thoughts? What are you gonna do? Like, how are you going to keep the ball rolling and maybe do another 6 over the next 6 months? Like, what do you have any game plan or anything like that? Like, how I'm going to get some more business in the door? Probably based on all the stuff you're seeing everybody else do in the office or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is
I mean, I think for sure staying on social media and
okay?
staying consistent on that. I would say that's probably one of my like major goals to finish out the year, is try and remain fully consistent till the end of the year on it and see how far that really takes me. And I also really want to more so develop an actual routine of like reaching out to people. I know a lot of people do have their routines of, you're going to call this person on this day, this person on this day. And I hadn't really developed that yet. So that's something that I'm in the works of doing, is actually developing an actual schedule for it. I mean, I do it, but it's just not a scheduled system. So scheduling that system till the end of the year and really focus on those 2 things. And I also have um, a couple listings coming up in a buyer. So focusing on that sort of stuff and that marketing too for those listings.
So you got some listings coming up?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep. I have a condo. I'm actually taking photos tomorrow on a condo in Sacramento.
Where'd you get this?
Past client. She bought the house
Already,
2
you're
years
in this bit.
ago.
You've done 6 transactions in the past year and a half, and you've already got a past client referral, or they're moving.
They're moving. So they're moving to Chico. She bought the house 2 years ago from me.
Yeah.
And so she's selling it now. So yeah.
And this is a weird question, but why in the world did 2 years ago now? Why was it a job move, or what's motivating the seller to go?
College. So she
College?
wants to go back to college and get
Is she buying a
another
house in
degree.
Chico?
Not yet. She's gonna move in with her boyfriend for a second and then possibly buy after that.
Well, congratulations. You've already got a past client
Yeah.
repeat deal.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's exciting. I
Pretty
had one
good.
last year too. It was one of my first transactions ever when I got into the business. They sold last year their house and their father's house and their grandma's house. So all of that went too. So that was my first ever return client. And that was very exciting to get that,
It
to see
has to
that come
be.
back. Yeah,
Has to be.
it's a
Has to
good
be
feeling.
exciting. I see your brain spinning, Katie. Anything you want to ask her?
I'm just, how often, like, I know that you don't have like a regular weekly routine, but do you reach out to your past clients on a regular basis, or, send them a mail or something? Like, how did she know that you were number one, still in the business and ready to help,
I do. I for sure. So every Christmas gift or every Christmas, I give all of my clients a gift. I deliver gifts to their doorstep.
It's nice.
I've also, every single time they post something, I try and comment on it, reach out to them from that.
Interesting.
Giveaway. I've done some like giveaways, and those people have entered in too. So I definitely do reach out to them. I'm gonna start doing like a middle of the year gift out too. So I think those things too are important, like the touches, and everybody likes the gift.
I tell you one thing. So one thing, take it from the old crusty dog that's been at this for 35 years, and just start doing this. Is try the quarterly phone call. Just it's
Yeah.
quarterly. It's not too much, not too little. And the quarterly phone call is very simple, just gratitude. It's like, hey, just giving you a call because I was just thinking about you. Just want to say thanks again for letting me help you in the past and just check on you, see how you're doing. And they'll go, oh, good, Ashley, great, blah, 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 right? And you go, okay, well, cool. But hey, just good enough. If you need anything, let me know. And don't forget, if you have any friends, family, or coworkers that might be looking to buy or sell, I'd love to talk to them if you can send them my way. Just do that once a quarter. Yeah. But the one thing that you said, and I heard about this before, maybe Katie, it was you, somebody, but and I think it was something catchy, like crushing it through comments, and someone was saying, I think it might have been a Marketing Animals, I think it might have been Chelsea or somebody up there, but basically saying that they have done the research, right, on pulling deals from social media, and they had far better results by keeping an eye on the clients that you've done business with in the past and making sure to comment on their posts more so than just making your post that I sell real estate, I sell real estate, I sell real estate. It's the engagement with it. And then what they pointed out, so you're proving this, Ashley, they're saying the engagement, just think about it yourself. It's like when you make a post on Facebook, it ain't no fun unless somebody puts a comment on it, or if you get comments though, that's the real home run. Like somebody said something like, woohoo, I got comments. And so if you could be the one that's engaging, oh, that's totally great. Congratulations to your daughter for her graduation or whatever. Awesome stuff. That is like super impactful to them. It's like, oh, Ashley, it's commented on my thing. So yeah, and so now that you brought that up, it just made me think of that's a really good strategy.
Further too, because it's like, I know when I look at someone's post and there's comments, I look and read the comments and stuff. So I comment on someone's post, and then what friends, their friends just saw my comment, and now they followed me.
Now, it almost makes me want to start looking at Facebook again, although I'm pretty much against it personally. Just done with Facebook.
I'll do it. I like
you do it for me. Yeah, you do it. Yeah, I'm just done with it, but I shouldn't be.
It's true though. It's true. I talked to one of my agents earlier today, and she asked me, "Oh, your daughter turned 5 this weekend," and I was like, oh, "She saw that on Facebook." And remember, like that was it, and that was really sweet. So I think totally in line. Like I can see how that would work. How people
brushing it through comments,
feel more relatable to you too. Like, oh no, Ashley, she's thinking about me.
That's the other thing, is like, it can't just all be real estate. People want to relate to you. People want to know, like, and so whenever they're posting too, like that's the other point, is relating to them.
Yeah.
So you got the condo that you're selling where the seller's moving to Chico, Chico, right? And then you said you had another listing. So where'd that come from?
That one was a friend of a friend.
A referral.
Yeah, referral.
So a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I just want to point out here, okay, like the two that you've got going on right now are relational, right? They're relational leads, right? They're relational transactions. One you did you've already closed for them in the past. They're already your client. It's relational, right? Yeah. Home run. We're getting a listing. This other one now, referral from a friend to somebody, right? Relational, and anytime we get into this and dig into this, from Katie, how many of the Titans have we interviewed where all of it's been like, where do you get it? You buying leads and all this stuff? Like, no. It's
database.
database, my past clients, my friends, everybody just knows this is what I do. It's all relational leads, and that's where the money is. So,
Yeah,
and that's pretty cool. Is it a good listing?
it's important.
You can
One's a condo, one's a mobile
say yes, it's
home.
fabulous, even if it's not. Oh,
Yes, it's great. All listings are great
fantastic.
listings. So
Yeah, they all are. Yeah, they're good.
Exactly.
It's a Moby.
Yep,
It's going to be good. Have you done one yet?
I have.
Okay,
I
so you
double
know
ended one
they're a little
last
different.
year. They
Yeah, they're a little
are.
different. Yeah,
It's
but they're a
interesting
great
for sure.
experience. I think they're
It
great
is.
experience. Yeah.
It is. And yeah, doing one last year and doing both sides, you could really see both sides of it too. And then you get the lender, and because it's only certain lenders
And the
and then only
DMV.
certain,
Yeah. The
everything.
DMV. What the
Yeah. Who am I
Yeah.
dealing with?
Yeah, it's interesting. And then you said you had a buyer coming up.
Yep, I have a buyer who's working on getting pre-qualified right now, and then we're gonna start looking in SAC for him too. And then another buyer, I have a buyer seller who's like on the verge, because like most people right now, it's hard because they don't want to leave their interest rate.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's the tough part. But as soon as there's a perfect house, then that will be another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So you guys, so where did that buyer, where did these buyers come from? Did you already tell me where the one buyer came from? The mobile,
The
or no, not the mobile, the Sacramento buyer.
Yeah, that buyer I went to high school with,
Okay, so relational.
relation, and then the other buyer, seller, possible future is my old volleyball coach. So
Relational.
relational.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All your business is relational.
Yeah.
You're brand new. You got 6 deals already. You got 3 or so kind of staring, well, 2 for sure, staring you in the face right now, and a couple others that are kind of you're working on. Every one of these things is relational.
Yeah.
Every single one. Pretty
Interesting.
remarkable. So
Thank
when
you.
looking at your game plan going forward, it's Carl White, my mentor in the mortgage coaching arena. He always says, if you want to figure out what to do, just look back at your past 10 deals, figure out where they came from, and just do more of that.
Yeah.
He always says. Because we always look for like, well, if I buy this thing or if I get that gadget or this gizmo and all this stuff. But in reality, if you look back, Ashley, when you look back, I mean, you're going to look at relational business.
Yeah.
So it's what it really is. So you want to do more, just do more of
I'm
that,
keeping
and you're doing it with
them.
social media. You're doing that, and what we call it, crushing it by comments and just reaching out. I don't know. I think you're doing great.
Thank you.
Thoughts, Katie?
Yep. I think you're doing great too.
I think it's
appreciate
neato.
I want to know if you've ever had any not so great moments, any tough transactions that made you go, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I feel like the major parts was just in the heat of the market. I had this buyer, they're a sweet family, and we were just looking and looking and looking, and we were looking multiple times a week, multiple houses a week, but it was just the market was so tough. I mean, we wrote an offer on one house and the agent was like, hey, we got 30, 40 offers. Like it was an insane amount of offers. And it's just like, how do you compete, especially since I'm younger. A lot of my client base is going to be the younger first time home buyers who don't necessarily have 20% or all this money to pay over the appraised value, which is what we were dealing with and competing against. I mean, how it's hard to go up against someone who says we'll pay any difference in appraised value and then pay $100,000 over the purchase, the asking price.
Can't beat that. Yeah.
That was that's been the major stuff.
Did you get those guys done?
I did. They bought a house in Fairfield last year or the year before.
So you did it though. You made it.
Made it.
It was a long
And that's
haul.
a good feeling though, when you can finally give them their keys. And I always tell buyers, because whenever you get a rejected offer, it's a sad feeling. And 100% of the buyers that have had a rejected offer before, the house that they actually closed on, they liked way more than all the houses that they got rejected. So I've always told my buyers, I know it's hard and I know it's sad, but I can promise you there will be something better out there and you'll be so happy that you didn't get this house. Just wait. And it always happens.
Always works out. Like it wasn't meant to be, and now it is.
Now it is. And it's just for the best.
Yeah.
How about this? And we'll wrap this thing up. But and this has been really fun. This has been a really fun podcast. So again, I'm looking back at you. You're new. You've got all this TC experience. You've seen all this stuff, and you're finding your way. You're going your direction. We asked you about what do you plan on doing, to try and continue this run, and all positive things. But I'm curious, based on your limited experience that you've got so far, but working with a lot of different agents in the TC component, is there anything for sure that you say, I'm definitely not going to do that? Is there and if you don't have anything, it's okay. I'm just throwing you on the spot. It's all right.
No,
but is there
you're fine.
Okay.
I'm always, I don't know that I want to fully do like cold calls.
Okay.
I don't know
Fair
that I'm
enough.
prepared for that angry conversation with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be the main thing. I mean, maybe expireds. I might be willing to do that. I haven't done it yet, but I might, because they still probably want to sell. So it's a little bit better. That full like cold calls, I don't know.
Not feeling it.
I don't know that I can, but I know it works
That's
for
really,
so many people.
I was gonna say that's really weird because most people love cold calls.
I mean, David Haley and Mike Cabras, that's how they got remember that one guy cold called them and they got all
Well, that was an inbound call. Yeah.
cold calls.
But yeah,
it works. It works for people.
it can work. But I tell you, man, Ash, you everything you're doing is relational. Just really bear down on it. Try to explore other ways to maximize that, because that's what's working, and those deals are much more enjoyable when they're relational, I mean, they're already sold. They're already like you. They're ready to go, Yeah.
I am farming my neighborhood right now too, doing postcards and sending that out. So we'll see how that goes. I just started it not too long ago. So we'll see how that goes. Cause I mean, it's not really, fully relational, but kind of, because I live there. I have
you're fishing for inbound calls though. An inbound call is different, right? So an inbound, somebody say, hey, I got your stuff. I got a question for you. Cool. Right. That's not really a cold call, that's cool. Farming's a great idea. A lot of agents do real well with that. It's just, you can't ever stop. And that would be the key to that. It's just don't ever stop, and then you'll win.
Win. Yeah. That's what I'm going to continue trying to do.
All right. Well, I tell you what, man, I feel like we've covered enough ground here, Katie. What do you think? I think this has been really interesting.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I think you're doing great. You're killing it out there. Keep doing it. And the comments, I love that comments thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the fact that you're already getting repeat clients and everything you're getting so far is relational, man, I think you're off to a really, really good start. So, So
a really great database start too. I mean, you've already got, it's already warmed you. So,
yeah. So if there's happens to be a consumer watching this podcast, somebody who is looking to buy or sell in the Vacaville area, what's the best way for someone to get a hold of you?
Let's see. My phone number is 707-592-5342.
Perfect. That'd be the best way, right? Give you a call?
Call me, text me, whatever.
Awesome.
TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, perhaps.
Yeah. See, and all my handles are like the same. Make it consistent. So all my handles on Instagram, TikTok are Hey Ashley Ramos. So easy.
Hey, like H-E-Y?
Yeah, H-E-Y.
Hey. You know what's funny? Side note. You know how in America we say hey, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching. Have you guys seen that Ted Lasso series on Apple TV? So it's like so amazingly wonderful series. But anyway, long short, they're in England, right? So it's the whole thing's in England. They don't say hey, they say oi, O-I. You go oi, oi,
oi.
I think it's a way cooler thing to say than hey.
Let's start it. Let's start it.
Yeah,
thing.
oi,
make it a thing.
Oi. Yeah, it's super cool.
That's how you're gonna have to start your next podcast with somebody.
There you go. Oi.
It's just oi.
All right. Ashley Ramos, thanks for being on the podcast. Round of applause. Thank you so much for all of your insights. It was fun picking your brand new brain there to see what shakes out. And there was good stuff. Just crazy. Can't wait to talk to you again. You know, you're going from rising star to Titan. We'll interview you again when you become a Titan, which doesn't sound like it's too far away. And so we'll go ahead and say our goodbyes here. But Ashley, don't go anywhere. We got one thing left for you. So we're going to say goodbye to everybody, and they're going to be gone. But then we got something for you. So, all right. So we will say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for joining us here in the Real Estate Titans podcast. For myself, Frank Array, and Katie Lewis, my co-host. And just remind you guys, if you want to be on the Real Estate Titans podcast, or if you have someone you would like to get on the Real Estate Titans podcast, either a rising star Titan or a legend, just reach out to Bill Crossan at 707. What is it? 220-1444? Is that what it is, Katie?
707-1444.
Okay. 707-220-1444. And ask for Bill Crossan, and we'll get you on here. With that, you guys have a great one. We'll catch you here next time on the Real Estate Titans podcast. Adios. Bye.